For starters, the arcs are measured also by degrees. They also have their degrees. Now, in this class, I'm not going to deal with the central angle, the angle in the center, just because it's too easy. Like we see the angle 101 right here. And if I ask you guys for the arc IH, we will say that is 101 degrees. The angle in the arc that it makes is the same number when the angle is in the center. So in this case, it's asking for arc GH, the measurement of arc GH. From G to H, if I go this way, right, I add those numbers, 103 plus 101. So that gives me 204 degrees. But if I go this other way, I know I have no number there, but I know it's 156 degrees. Because remember, the whole circle is 360. So it's 156. Now, my answer here will end up being 156 just because we tried to go the shortest distance. So the shortest distance. So questions like these, I'm not quite going to deal on your homework just because they're too easy. But you might deal with in the SBAC once you guys are juniors or future assessments outside of my classroom. So that's why I'm talking about them, but we're not going to deal with them. Now, in this class, we're going to deal with the angle being on the circle, like question number 2. If you guys see the corner of the angle, it is right on the circle. Let me call it X right now because I don't know how big is it. And then asking me to solve for that angle, we're going to say 2 times the angle, so 2 times X, is equal to the arc that it makes. So keep that in mind. 2 times the angle is equal to the arc that it makes. Not just any arc, the one that it makes. So here I have 2 times X equals 196. Divide both sides by 2. And X in this case happens to be 98. Right? But 2 times the angle is equal to the arc that it makes. Yeah, make sense? Let's take a look at a couple more questions. Looking at this one. This is my angle. This is the arc that it makes. So 2 times the angle. So 2 times -7 plus 11x equals 21x minus 7. 2 times the angle is equal to the arc that it makes. Now, on the left side, let me get rid of parentheses. Let me multiply the 2 to the inside. So I'm going to have -14 plus 22x equals 21x minus 7. Right. The rest is just algebra. I'm going to separate them to the equal sign. I see x's on both sides. I'm going to get rid of the smallest one. Let me subtract 21x. So it seems like I want x's on the left. So the non-x's on the right. Let me add 14. Now 22x minus 21x, that gives me 1x. -7 plus 14, that gives me +7. So x equals 7. But once again, 2 times the angle is equal to the arc that it makes. Now looking at question number 4, I see this angle that makes this arc. So I'm not going to go 2 times 7x minus 4 equals 16x plus 8 because that's that arc. This arc at the right is not made by this angle. All I know is that the angle is 7x minus 4. So I'm going to say the arc that it creates is 14x minus 8. Notice how I multiply the angle by 2. So 14x minus 8. That's the arc. I see that the other arc is 16x plus 8. And I see that these 2 arcs combine. I'm going to add them. 14x minus 8 plus 16x plus 8. Combine the 2 arcs is a circle. So I'm going to say the 2 arcs combine 360. Do you guys follow me on that one? All I did was having the angle, I multiplied it by 2, and that's what the arc that it made is equal to. Remember, I kept on saying on the previous question, 2 times the angle is equal to the arc that it makes. Not just any arc, the arc that it makes. This angle, 7x minus 4, makes the arc 14x minus 8. Now I'm given this arc is 14x minus 8. This other arc is 16x plus 8. The two arcs combine, I add them, and equals 360 because combined is a circle. Now the rest is just algebra. On the left side, I'm going to combine my like terms. 14x plus 16x, that's 30x. Negative 8 plus 8, 0. So it goes away. So I have that 30x equals 360. Divide both sides by 30. And in this case, x happens to be 12. But once again, 2 times the angle is equal to the arc that it makes.